So where were we? Oh yeah, my name is P199y. I'm a criminal from Lucella, and you may think of me as the villain of this story, but the truth is way deeper than that. You see, a lot's happened in my life. Sometimes I wonder what the world would be like if things happened differently. Maybe we should just start things from the beginning. So, I was born in the year 1987. I went to the Lucella High School, where I quickly made a best friend. Little did I know what she would soon do to me. When I was 12, my parents were driving to pick me up from school. There was a car crash. As soon as I left school that day, this was the first thing I saw. My parents did not survive. Why did this have to happen to me? Why couldn't it have been someone else? Somewhere else? But then I realized something. The car that crashed into my parents' car, that was a police car. I always thought the police were supposed to protect people and keep them safe, but that was the day I realized that I was wrong. The police are just selfish idiots who don't care about the people they hurt. They just do it for the money. They don't care about their actions having consequences. This was the day I stopped trusting the police. A few days later, my parents were buried at the Lucella graveyard, and I had no choice but to go to the Lucella orphanage. That day changed my life. I met my new best friend, Bob Bear. He is the person who got me into this life of crime. This simpler, better life, where we don't have to care about what happens to the people around us. It only matters what happens to us and the people we care about. I started my gang with some other people who were starting to get into crimes. But then, in 2005, when I was 18, I was arrested. And by the last person I would have expected, my former best friend. After all these years, she backstabbed me. She only went and became a police officer. That traitor! When I was in prison, I started to realize something. When I get out of prison, I could find a way to get my revenge on the people of this planet and start a new civilization. in space. It's the perfect plan. Project S. Where the people in my gang will have the freedom to do whatever they want, and with no police officers who can do anything to hurt us. Because now that it's been started, the only people who will carry on living are the people in my gang. Cause we're gonna take over all the planets in the solar system, starting with the moon, which we have already done. I spent 13 years in prison. I made some enemies, but I also made some friends. In 2008, I met a criminal called Timmy who was arrested for robbery. In 2011, I met Casey, who was arrested for assault and for trying to steal a car. And in 2016, I met Joey, who was arrested for refusing to pay taxes. In 2018, I escaped from prison and stole some food from Kitty's kitchen. A few days later, I was found in the vent and arrested by Officer Doggy and that traitor again. But you may be thinking, why did I do this? Well, I wanted the police to think I was weak and not as big of a threat as they originally thought. I guess it kind of worked, but not really. A few months later, I escaped from prison again, robbed the bank, blew up a part of the police station with a tank I stole from a military base. And I also impersonated a Lucella Arts Gallery employee to attempt to steal some paintings. Unfortunately, there was a school trip that day, and one of the students happened to be Officer Doggy? I don't know what they're doing anymore. Hiring kids? Really? I nearly got caught, but I managed to escape. A few days later, I realized that the police knew where my base was. I phoned Bob, who I hadn't talked to for a while, and asked him if he could help me out with Project S. And in exchange, I would give him the planet Mars. He agreed, and I also asked him to impersonate a police officer for a while. A bunch of other stuff happened after that. I took a bunch of people hostage, including the entire Lucella Police Department, which I'm very proud of, by the way. Unfortunately, though, they managed to escape and arrested Bob, along with most of my gang. I managed to escape into space, though, with Timmy and a few other criminals to start Project S. I also managed to acquire robot Super Jose Cat, a robot replica of one of the police officers who was trying to stop me. My scientists hacked his memory files so that he does not remember anything, and he thinks the real Super Jose Cat is evil. And they also gave him loads of weapons and improved his combat system. And we also started building my moon base. A few days ago, Bob and the rest of my gang managed to escape from prison, and now the gang is finally complete again. We also just started phase 2 of Project S. I can't wait for a world without police officers, a world where me and my gang will live together, peacefully forever. Robot Jake, can you help me find P199y? I think he forgot his phone again.